turned on them L's and twist them R's. Ain't here to preach, just here to relate. She done fell in the traps, now she shifting the fate.
Every slip was set up for her. Next prize, not your poor truth with a joke on the side. No filth, no fluff, just soul in the mix. Every story got a gym, and laugh got a fix. She where you at from heartbreak to hustle, from crying in the dark to finding the muscles. So if you watch your better open your ears, cause the realest lessons come wrapped in them tears. Take heed to the message, you gon' feel inspired.
Shout out to Corey
Just the
Jones.
truth and liars.
Thank you,
Through the fire, now she see that flame. Laugh through the pain, but she still got name.
Corey Jones, 1000 watts radio, baby.
Jokes where the hill begin. She break it down real, never play and pretend. Take heed to the message, lessons through the lens.
She said how it is, no shook, no mask. Might ghost you in love, but it's all gon' last.
It's like uncut with a side to grace. She a voice in your ear when the world in your face.
So laugh if you want, cry if you need. But one thing for sure, you gon' take heed.
Cause she been through the mess, now she blessed in the proud. With truth in the chest, and the hair still proud.
I like how he said that the truth is in the chest and the hair is still proud. Shout out to y'all. What's going on, baby? So we are in I Told You So season. I don't know. This is the second out the gate. You hear me? This is I Told You So season. Okay? I Told You So season. When this whole foolery dropped with Tory Lanez, I kept saying this stuff doesn't add up. All the women was like, how dare you? You know what I'm saying? We got to stick together. Let me share something with you. Take heed to the message will not stick with y'all when it's some foolery. I cannot do that. Okay? I can't do that. I cannot. I'm not gonna subscribe to that. That's nonsense. Okay? And so everybody was upset with me. I was like, no, something's wrong here. I kept saying something is wrong here. This does not add up. I kept saying that. People was like, nah, look at her because she's a black woman. You know, y'all don't believe anything black women say. I was like, nah, something is wrong. Something is wrong. It didn't add up. Anybody, if you have a foot in law enforcement, anybody who has a foot in just law general, okay? If you have a little bit of understanding of the law, okay? And also I'm gonna share something with you. If your family does criminal activity, okay? Has criminal activity, things going on with your family, okay? So you understand. A lot of people was like, no, something is wrong. You're not going to pull at my heartstrings. Something is wrong. When this first thing dropped, everybody's like, nah, something is wrong. I told y'all that a woman did this foolery. I said this because when Miss Thing, okay, Stallion, Miss Thing, okay, her friend, okay, when the whole thing dropped that this girl was messing with Tory Lanez, and then Stallion was secretly sleeping with Tory too, okay? I'm just saying, okay? I'm just saying, Steven, I see what you put allegedly. I'm just saying, when it all dropped, I was like, this is a woman activity. Because in the heat of rage, and then this is another thing. Excuse me, this is another thing. When the friend got a deal, I was like, wait a minute, why? Why did she need a deal? She got a deal and she lied on this man. The prosecutors was too happy to give her a deal. I was like, nah, something is wrong. Anyway, let's get into the foolery. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning into my channel called Take Heed to the Message with Abang Anwa. It just means queen. Okay. The title of this nonsense is Free Tory Lanez. TAkE told y'all something was not right. I told y'all. TAkE told y'all something was not right. But y'all was like, nah, you supposed to love your sister. You supposed to be taking up for your sister. Not when my sister is lying. Yeah, TAkE won't be doing that. Not when my sister is lying. I'm not going to subscribe to that foolery right there. Every time when something happens, hello Yolanda, how are you? 18, I see you. What's up, young? How you doing, baby? This is the uncomfortable truth. Anytime our melanated sisters do foolery, okay, just like Brick Face Lady, even though she's from another part of the world, but she's melanated. When that foolery came out with her, I was the first one like, nah, that story don't sound right. That story don't sound right. I was the first one. That story don't sound right. Everybody was like, yeah, black men is this and black men is that. Everybody was talking about how evil black men are. I was like, black men don't do that. They don't do that. They don't go around hitting women in the face with a brick. Something is wrong. Okay? Shout out to the Brick Face Lady for causing all the confusion in the melanated community, because she did not just get out there and just say, African man. She said a black man. She went straight there. Black men. Okay? Because why? Everybody loves to blame black men for everything. Black men got to get blamed for everything. Okay? All right? I'm just letting you know that's the truth. Renee, what's going on, baby? I see you. So now, another foolery has come to pass. Here we go. This man, and the sad part is, it took this man to get stabbed 14 times. 14 times for this doggone bodyguard or driver to come and confess that all this bad stuff happened and he knew about it. It took to Tory getting 14 wounds all over his body, being stabbed 14 times for the truth to actually come out. That's some shit right there. I'm sorry. That's some shit right there. How? Okay? So, all right, because now he done got stabbed. So now we can get out here and talk about it. He done got stabbed. So now we can get out here and talk about it. Now we gonna tell. Now we gonna tell what really happened. That Harris was the one who actually shot her. Now I told y'all it was her. I was like, nah, it's the friend. It's the friend. Ain't nothing like a woman scorn. When they find out that their best friend is screwing a man that they screwing, ain't nothing like a woman scorn. That's why I told y'all when a woman get out here and do some evil, the devil sit by the side and watch. When a woman get out here and get ready to do some evil, the devil sit right beside and just watch. Yeah, the devil take pointers. Because when a sister get in here and do some nonsense, baby, especially when she feel that you have taken everything from her. That's why I be telling y'all, you got to be careful sleeping with these married men. This is why I tell y'all all the time, be careful sleeping with these married men. Because the problem is that you don't know how much this woman values her husband and family. You don't know. Okay? You don't know how much she values her husband and her family, her livelihood. Okay? She don't care if she gonna go do a bid, long as she get rid of you. Okay? Long as you don't see the light of day. Okay? And I ain't say just black women, women in general. Sometimes married women will be nice enough to give you a warning. They'll come to your house. I know some of y'all mistress don't think that the wife know where you live, but she knows. She followed her husband a couple of times. I'm just, I'm just saying. She know where you live at. Okay? She know where your mama live, your sister live, your best girlfriend. She know where your job at. Okay? She know everything about you. Cause you sleeping with her husband. She has to know these things. She gives you a warning. She be nice. She go to your house. She say, listen, I need you to leave my husband alone. Okay? I need you to leave my husband alone. And it depends on how you respond to what she asking you. Okay? It depends on how you respond if she gonna deal with you accordingly. You have to be careful of stuff like this. Married women is not in their right mind. Why is TAkE saying this? Why is TAkE saying this? I'm just saying, why is TAkE saying this? Okay, I'm just saying, why is TAkE saying this? TAkE has been married 18 years. She has been married 18 years. Do you think I will let you come in and take over my kingdom? And there will not be any consequences? Do you think I will let you come in and take over my kingdom and there'll not be any consequences to your actions? And it don't even mean that I have to physically go see you. It don't even mean I gotta physically go see you to do something to you. That's nasty. That's nasty. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Okay? I don't have to physically go see you to do something to you. Baby. Baby. Oh my God. Okay? And we ain't talking about witchcraft. We ain't talking about no witchcraft, none of that stuff. Baby, I go to God on you. I go to God on you. Baby. I will lay across the floor. I will take your name to Yahweh. Everything that you touch won't work out. You hear me? Anything that you have planned for, it will not come to pass. Baby, you will never met my husband. I'm letting you know right now. Now, here we go. So let's get into the foolery. The first foolery of this nonsense today. Okay? You hear me? The first foolery of this nonsense today. We going into Gotham City God first. We don't go to YouTube, but we going to YouTube. We going to Instagram first. Gotham City God had dropped this on social media, and it was nasty. It was nasty. Okay? It was nasty. Let's get into it. Good morning, everybody. I don't know if I greeted everybody. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming to rock with me. I greatly appreciate that. You hear me? I greatly appreciate that, because you could have been with anybody else today, but you said, let me go see what this loudmouth heifer talking about this morning. Okay, I need you to do me a favor. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, baby. If you feel the content, hit that like button. Okay? Before we get into the foolery, getting into Gotham City God, I want to shout out President Trump real quick, because he went down there and wrecked shop. He went down there and wrecked shop. And I know a lot of y'all hate him. You know what I'm saying? That's your business. That's your business. I don't hate him. I don't hate him. Okay? The Gaza thing I got a problem with. That Gaza thing is a problem. Everything else, I don't hate him. Also, that South African thing, okay, with the white South Africans right there, that right there, okay, that right there, that's a money move. Watch y'all see. Watch y'all see. That's a money move, getting those white South Africans out of there. That's a money move. Something is under that land. They trying to get all those people. Come to America. You're going to get citizenship. Come to America. After all the land you have bought. And the president only asked you only to take the land that was not occupied. Oh my God, you foolish. I wish I was talking to a South African right now. Y'all is foolish. Ain't no way I'd have stayed right there. I'd have stayed right there, baby. Oh my God. Y'all foolish. Ain't no way. You gonna come from a place where you don't pay mortgage. Okay? You don't pay rent. Okay? Your food is not high. You gonna come from there. Oh my God. To the belly of the beast. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Give it a year, y'all. Y'all gonna hear about it. Y'all gonna say Take Heed was right, baby. That's a money move right there. Everybody like, that's racism. He's being racist. He's inviting all the white South Africans to America. He's giving them, refugee status. This is money. They doing money. Something is under that ground. You hear me? I told y'all I'm not American, I'm sorry. we gonna get a little nasty real quick, okay? America is a big titty bitch. That ride on 20s. Baby, she don't move unless there's something in the ground for her. She don't move. Shout out to America. I said what I said. I was born here, okay? I was born here. It's wrong now. It's wrong now, but I was born here. What am I supposed to say? Okay? What am I supposed to say? Okay? It's wrong now. I did say it's wrong, but damn it, I was born here. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Good morning, Mr. He Said. How you doing, sir? It's good to see you. Guys, please make sure you tune into Mr. He Said, baby. Cerebro Saturdays. Brother content is always fire, honey, and educational. And this brother will dog walk you, but in a respectful way, okay? But he'll dog walk you, baby. Y'all please like and subscribe to this brother channel, Mr. He Said. Also, don't forget the queen herself, Mrs. She Said. Shame Sundays, baby. Shame Sundays, baby. She a dog walk you, honey. She a dog walk you. Put that smile on her face. She a dog walk you, baby. Okay? Get in there, like and subscribe to this sister channel as well. Mrs. She Said content is nothing but fire and educational. They are a dynamic duo, baby. Okay? Promoting conscious parenting with the Harrises, baby! All right? Let's get into the nonsense. Let's get into the foolery. Now, okay? Y'all heard what I say. You heard it here. You heard it here. Okay? This is not no racial nonsense, okay? With the South Africans. You heard it here. There's some money in the ground. You hear me? You heard it here. Okay? Okay, I just want you to read between the lines. Read between the lines. My white South African brothers and sisters, y'all done lost your mind. You leaving a land. There's no war in your land. Okay, allegedly. There's no war. The news said there's nothing going on. BBC said there's nothing going on. Okay, because you got to go to BBC for this stuff. Okay? Nothing is going on down here. Okay? And y'all decide to leave. Okay? Steven said, come to America. And y'all decided to leave. Okay? To come here to pay mortgage. To pay rent. To buy food. You can't go outside. You know how it's easy. You just put something in the ground in Africa. You know how easy it is to grow food in Africa. Just put something in the ground. Walk away for a couple weeks. Come back. This thing start growing. Okay? The Garden of Eden. The Garden of Eden. Anything you put in the ground, it just grow. Down in Africa. I don't care what it is. Put it in the ground. Boom. Come back. It's big. Okay? Not even just a weakling. The thing is just strong. The Garden of Eden. You want to come over here. Anyway, that's going to be another story. Okay? Now listen, I'm not hating on my country. I love my country. I love my country. We do a lot of stuff, though. We do a lot of stuff. And y'all want to get here and call my president racist. He's racist. He's racist. This is a money move. Okay. One thing about Trump, he gonna make some money. Shout out to President Trump. That's one thing about Trump, he gonna make some money, baby. He went over there and got a standing ovation. He just looked at everybody and got a standing ovation. Everybody just stood up and clapped for him. I don't care if you don't like them. That's not my business. This is my channel, okay? I don't care if you don't like it. You can scroll up. You don't have to stay here, okay? But shout out to President Trump. I said what I said. I said what I said, okay? Only president that I have ever seen do this much stuff in 100 days and some change. I'm saying that's the only president that I have seen in my lifetime move like that. Congress, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear she, okay? I don't want to hear she. Now, there is some people that are complaining about something that is about to happen in the Republican Party, okay? There's one person that's complaining right now. Mind you, he has been a supporter of President Trump, but now he is upset with President Trump. Okay, he upset with President Trump. I might have to unfollow this brother, but he upset with President Trump right now and the Republican Party. Let me share with y'all why. We was going to go to Gotham, but we're not going to go to Gotham yet. Okay, we're not going to go to Gotham City. We're going to go to Ace Smart first. He said he is upset with the Republican Party. He's ready to join the Democrats in singing Kumbaya. Okay, this is what he said. Okay, we going to let him speak his own words. Okay, here we go.
I guess I'm not a Republican no more. Who the fuck introduced this shit? Huh? Who would tell us that we can't watch porn? We need to march. Now, there's some shit to march for. Come on, y'all Democrats. Everybody, let's get together. We need to come together for something, man. We need to stop beefing about small shit. This ain't got nothing to do with nothing else but keeping me out the streets, Lord. I ain't been in the streets for a minute because of Pornhub, man. X and XX. That's sad. I gotta break up with being a Republican over this. I don't even want to be a Republican no more.
Oh my God.
I can't watch no motherfucking porn. That sounds crazy. That's the fuck.
Oh my
How
God.
you gonna monitor my motherfucking phone? I pay my bill on. Nah, President Trump. Go whoever the fuck made this shit, bro. You got to go tell them they fired, bro.
Oh my
we
God.
ain't riding with that shit. I'm ready to go march right now.
Oh my God.
Get all the singers from the Democrat side. I'll sing whatever song you need me to sing, man. Free XNXX.
He said, I will sing whatever song you want me to sing. Okay? He said, I will sing whatever song you want me to sing. Okay? I don't want to be a Republican anymore, he said. Okay? A Smart, you are, sir. Let me share something with you. You are funny as heck. I'm going to tell you right now. Okay? You funny as heck. Anyway, now let's go to the foolery. Okay? Shout out to President Trump. Let's get in here to the foolery. Now, let's go straight to Tory Lanez. Now, y'all know he been stabbed 14 times. Okay? And if it wasn't for him getting stabbed 14 times, the driver and the bodyguard, whatever he was, would not have came and confessed that Harris was the one that shot him. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? No, I said him. Oh, that's nasty, right? I'm sorry. Harris was the one that shot Stallion. Okay, maybe she got to change that name. Stallion that's a man, Stallion, is a man. Y'all know that, right? Okay, it's a male horse. Okay. Anyway, now let's get into the foolery. This is what Gotham City God had said. Here we go.
Ha ha! Make
got your ass. Got your ass. I always knew the truth was going to come out.
Me too.
And it's just ironic. All this shit going on. He just got stabbed up. Now Kelsey bodyguards step up and come confess and tell the truth of what he overheard.
No,
What he heard Kelsey saying. Listen to this.
Approached by a gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver for Miss Kelsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. Peterson, I'm sorry, Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People, and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do. Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Miss Harris had where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down.
He was trying
and the gun fired 2 more times. Mr. Peterson never shot anybody. He never even touched that.
He didn't shot anybody.
Never fired the gun. This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw 2 women fighting, 2 men break up the fight, 1 man grabbed the other one's arm. Gunshots came from the passenger side. Passenger side is where Miss Harris was sitting.
We all knew the truth, and for all the donkeys, all of yo, respect the black queen, protect the black queen, when you know it's common sense, man. It was common sense. All the females who talking about dudes hate black women because they taking up a Tory where it was common sense. You could see right through this case, like it was see-through. Everybody could see that and know that once you put 2 and 2 together, Kelsey found out she was fucking Tory, and allegedly she been fucking a lot of Kelsey boyfriends, and that was the breaking point. And that shit went left like the other witness said, then all of a sudden, stories changed. Because you know the power that was behind her. But everybody who got common sense, and it just seemed like it's everybody that's on the opposite of the donkeys. It's like donkeys don't have no common sense.
No common sense.
Now, what are y'all going to say now? That's your ass, Megan. Karma is a motherfucker.
Ain't it?
Thank God Tory survived that, man, because they was really trying to get rid of that boy, man.
They were.
Thank God he survived, man. God got his hands on that boy.
Got him. Shout out to Gotham City God. Yes, God got him because 14 stab wounds. 14 stab wounds. Listen, the man who was doing all this was trying to take him out. Do you hear me? The man who was shanking him was trying to take him out. Mind you, he already got life in prison. What else they gonna give him? He already got life in prison. What else they gonna give him? This ain't even his first rodeo. He had did this same thing 6 months ago to somebody else. All they did was give him some more time. How much more time you gonna get if you already got life? I'm just saying, how much more time you gonna get if you already got life? So if it wasn't for Kelsey bodyguard coming to tell what happened, okay, tell the truth, we would have never known that Kelsey Harris, is that her full name? Kelsey Harris was the one who pow Megan Stallion. First of all, Kelsey, you married. Why you got a boyfriend? Why was you screwing Tory in the first place? Why was you screwing Tory in the first place? That doesn't even make sense. You got into all this foolery. You were screwing this man. We gonna say allegedly, okay? You were screwing this man. And so you got mad with Megan because Megan was sleeping with him. That's why I tell y'all sisterhood ain't real. The sisterhood ain't real at all. Because you got this one, she's sleeping with him, allegedly. And now you get mad because you find out Megan's sleeping with him. Megan, you passed that, but JJ like the collection plate, baby. You an ashtray. You an ashtray. Once a brother get done, another one light up and get to do the same thing. You's an ashtray, baby. That does not make sense. All y'all black women was rallying behind her. She ain't lying. She was crying and everything. She ain't lying. She ain't lying. One thing about a mother, I'm going to share something with you. I don't care what color she is. One thing about a mother, she can see through foolery. One thing about a mother, the women who have children who are teenagers and that are grown, they know when their children is lying. We know, especially these older ones, older women, we know. But the problem is y'all just close your mouth and act like y'all ain't see nothing. And some of y'all got sons, but y'all act like y'all ain't see nothing. I'll be damned if someone get up here and lie on my son and I'm sitting up there talking about, that's right, I'm on her side. Y'all foolish. This girl did a whole cock and bull story. You don't know who shot you. You don't know who shot you at 6:25 in the morning. Y'all talking about y'all was drunk in the morning. You don't know who shot you. Y'all said protect the black queen. Protect the black queen. Not when the black queen is lying. Now, Renee is right. Mommies and daddies know when you lying to them. I know because my king catch those kids all the time. I was just telling him this last night. Because one of them came to us with a story. My husband told her, leave my room. I said, honey. He said, nah, I don't even want to hear it. Leave my room. She said, Daddy, I got to explain something to you. He said, no. Leave my room. That story don't even sound right. Go back, rethink about it, then come back. Because I don't have time. I fell out. He said, stop laughing. I fell out. The child looked at me like, Mama, you just turned on me. Yes, I did. Because if anything happened, I'm going to be the one to get blamed. Okay? I'm just saying. So now, Mr. He said, stop laughing at me. So now, this is the uncomfortable truth, okay? Y'all didn't want her to be lying. You didn't want her to be lying. So that's why y'all was rallying behind her. You didn't want to believe she was lying, okay? Because y'all like, nah, Megan don't need no man. Because she be getting out here talking about, I don't need no man. Men ain't this and men ain't that. But she can't live without one. She can't live without a man. Every time you turn around, he got a man. Every time. And the man don't even make as much money as her. I hope they lock her ass up. That's right. I said it. I'm the first one. We need a petition. I hope they lock that ass up. Y'all, listen. There are a lot of petitions on change.org, okay? Shout out to Mrs. She Said, because I ain't know nothing about all these petition things. She showed me when she be like, listen, I'm doing this, change.org. Shout out to Mrs. She Said, okay? I always sign up when she do a petition. I ain't know nothing about change.org. Shout out to Mrs. She Said, okay? But Tory Lanez, right now, okay? They got a petition for him right now. Y'all get in here, okay? And also when Mrs. She Said dropped something too about a petition, y'all get in here and sign that too, okay? Because when this is to bring a petition, it's always about positive energy. You hear me? Love and abundance. That's their word. Mr. He Said and Mrs. She Said, that's not my word. I just stole that word, okay? Now, I'm just letting you know, go to change.org. Go in there, you're going to look for Tory, okay? And they're asking for the governor to do something about what's going on with Tory, okay? They asking for him to release Tory, okay, to pardon him. Y'all get in here and sign that change.org because this brother need to come home. Because after this doggone bodyguard had told the truth, okay, had told the truth of what really happened, we need to get that brother out of that prison. Also, the police didn't do their job. Y'all didn't do y'all job. And because that prosecutor wanted a big case before he retired, I said it. I know it's nasty. That prosecutor wanted a big case before he retired, because he ain't there no more. His ass ain't there no more. Okay? He wanted the big case. And so he ain't care if they ain't have all that evidence together. He ain't care if they ain't have all that evidence together. Mr. He said, thank you so much for giving a gift membership to Malik. I appreciate you. But you know what I'm saying? The prosecutor was ready to just do nonsense. He ain't want to do his job. He ain't care, because this was a big fish. This was a big fish. Let me take down this big fish. Okay? Now, Tory been in jail for a good, what he been in here now? Like 2 years now or something like that? A good 2 years. This incident happened, I think, 4 years ago. So a good 2 years he been in prison. Okay? They have been tormenting this brother. Malik, how you doing, honey? They have been tormenting this brother. They have been taking this brother through all types of foolery. The father said that now he sees his son pray more since he been put in prison. I'm going to share something with y'all. I know this nasty, what I'm about to say. Sometimes God got to isolate you, because he needs you to do some things. Sometimes God got to isolate you. Sometimes God will put you in a situation because he needs you to hear from him. I'm not saying it's right what happened to Tory, but I'm saying sometimes God got to put you in a situation that will tell you, peace, be still. Okay, so we gonna listen. We gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it today. You hear me? Now here's another one. They said new evidence. Okay, shout out to the Marcus J. Let me see, because I always say his name wrong.
Over 2 years in prison without incident, Tory was stabbed 14 times just days after.
Shout out to the Marcus J. brothers. Okay, here we go. We're gonna do it again. Here we go.
2 years in prison without incident, Tory was stabbed 14 times just days after a major national news outlet reached out to Megan Pete's team, Kelsey Harris, and former DA George Gascon about a story on new evidence in this case. You don't have to believe in conspiracies to see the pattern. When evidence was about to come to light, Tory was nearly killed. So let's stop pretending.
Let's play that one more time, because when the new evidence came, they told both of these women teams, when the new evidence showed up, both of these women, Kelsey Harris and Megan P, okay, their teams knew about the new evidence coming to light. And then what happened? What was the next thing that happened after they were told by Tory Lanez people that new evidence happened? Okay, now I ain't accusing nobody. Okay, I ain't accusing nobody. I'm not out here accusing nobody. Okay, I'm not accusing nobody. I don't want nobody to say take heed, this and that, and then I get a lawsuit. I ain't got no money. I ain't accusing nobody, okay? But this sounds strange, okay?
2 years in prison without incident, Tory was stabbed 14 times just days after a major national news outlet reached out to Megan Pete's team, Kelsey Harris, and former DA George Gascon about a story on new evidence in this case. You don't have to believe in conspiracies to see the pattern. When evidence was about to come to light, Tory was nearly killed. So let's stop pretending this is complicated. Let's stop treating this like some cultural war flashpoint. This is about a man, a father, a son, Daystar Peterson, who has sat in a prison cell for over a year based on a case that wouldn't pass the smell test in any honest courtroom. The prison system can no longer guarantee his safety. And that alone should be grounds for immediate action. But combine that with the overwhelming evidence of a botched investigation, and this becomes not just a legal issue, but a morale emergency. Tory Lanez deserves a new trial. He deserves due process. He deserves a pardon. And if justice still matters in America, he deserves to go home. So what now? What do we do now? We're all here today. We are calling on Governor Gavin Newsom, the California Attorney General, and the public at large to act. If you believe in due process, sign the petition now on the Caldwell Institute page that Gianna Caldwell mentioned at change.org. Let your voice be counted. Let the system know that we see what's happening and we won't stay silent. We can't be a nation that claims to value justice but looks the other way when a man is buried beneath the weight of political motivated prosecution. Dr. King said again, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. This is that threat in modern day time. This is that moment. Daystar Peterson deserves to go home today. And we, the people, have a duty to bring him home.
She said, we, the people, have a duty to bring him home. Okay? Eddie, I see you. How you doing? Underrated Darkness, I see you. How you doing, sir? Guys, please like and subscribe to this brother amazing channel, Underrated Darkness. Y'all get in here, like and subscribe to his channel, baby. Content is fire, honey. You hear what I'm saying? So, Game Bites, how are you? It's good to see you. I see you in my chat. This is the uncomfortable truth. Uncomfortable truth. This man was not supposed to go to prison. They was not supposed to cut a deal with Kelsey Harris. They were not supposed to do that. She was the one that actually pulled the trigger. They wasn't supposed to cut no deal with this girl. This is the uncomfortable truth. They were not supposed to do that. Okay? Now, Tory Lanez lawyer said this. Here we go. Here we go. Now, wait a minute. Did we hear him already? I think we heard him already. But you know what? We're going to do it again, damn it. Here we go.
Long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver for Ms. Kelsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People.
Why you say you sorry? I'm sorry to inform you. No, you supposed to say it. Was he saying it sarcastically? He probably was. But this is some foolery right here. Oh my God. This is some straight up foolery right here. Okay? Straight up foolery. Now, Gotham City God is coming in with something else because they talking about the guy who did the 14, shanks on Tory. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Shout out to Gotham.
Everybody know what's going on with Tory, right? We all know he got stabbed. And allegedly they saying this is the dude who stabbed him. They saying he stabbed him 14 times and they had to airlift Tory ass up out of here on that helicopter. Yep. Anybody who's been in prison know when that helicopter come, shit is severe. It's not no little scratch. Like, your ass this close to dying and they got to hurry up and get your ass to the hospital. But thank God he survived it, and God blessed him. But this shit I be trying to tell the young is like, I be trying to prevent them from doing dumb shit that'll get them killed in the street. And I be trying to prevent them from going to jail or prison because your ass could die in there too. But for some reason, they think that, I could do my time. And it's like, they think everybody who go into jail and prison make it back home. And that's a lie. Your ass could die in there too. The same way you could die in these streets. And that's the conversation Gillian Wallow was telling mothers, sometimes, you might have to leave your kid in jail to teach them a lesson. No. Like, if you got money to bail your child out of jail and they fight their case in the streets, get them the fuck out of jail. Because they could die in there. The same way jail and prison is the same. Motherfuckers getting stabbed every day. So the mothers who think, yo, because, oh, he's safe now, he's off the streets, and they don't feel comfortable. Because you think because they're away from these guns, it's guns in jail. But they call it's big ass knives that'll stab the shit out your son and hit an artery, and now they shipping your son back to you in a box, and you have money to bail him out of jail so he can fight his case from the streets. Now you can't stop them once they get sentenced and get sent to prison. You can't stop that. But if you can prevent them from getting hurt in jail, do it. Get your kid out of there. Now on a whole nother level, if this is the dude who stabbed Tory in that California prison, all hell about to break loose. It's about to be a race war. Like dead ass. So anybody who in Cali who is a part of a gang, your new gang is your skin color. It's straight up. Like when they pop them gates, when they let them over lockdown, somebody's getting hurt bad. Somebody's going to die behind this. Like for real. It's going to be a all-out race war. And them Mexicans don't want to hear, yo, I ain't got nothing to do with that. No, you do. You black. And you getting the shit stabbed out of you. So all that, you better hide the fuck under your bunk or something because it's going down. Like, this is all the shit that goes on in prison. So all the youth that's seeing this shit, now you seeing the other side that they don't show you on the cell phones when they got the iPhones and they smoking weed and drinking liquor. This is the side they don't show you that your ass could die in there. Yeah, the motherfucker hawk your ass down, 14 stab wounds and hit an artery and your ass is out of here.
And that's, you know what, I like that Gotham City God had said that because a lot of people don't care about doing biz in prison. Now I know he be getting in here and he get down. I know he do because he curse a lot. But I still like that brother content. Okay? And y'all know my channel get down too at times as well. Hey, Green Beans, how are you? Pam, I see you as well. They don't show that part, that all that foolery that happened in prison. Sometimes when you be on these social media streets, you see, oh, the brothers in there dancing, they smoking weed, they drinking, oh, they having a good time, they on their phones. They don't tell y'all the horrible things that be happening in the prison. They don't tell y'all when they be having those, at times they let them all out together, right? Okay, then all of a sudden you see them start shanking each other. Okay, shanking each other and stuff. Why? You know what I'm saying? What is that for? And so you thinking that, oh, I could do a bid in prison. You ain't never been to prison before. You ain't never been to prison before. And all of a sudden you like, yeah, I could do this. I could do this big. And you get in here and you get shanked up and get sent to glory. Ain't no way. This is one thing. And I grew up in the projects. I have seen nonsense, but I never wanted to see the four walls of prison. I ain't never want to see the four walls of prison. I ain't never. Somebody said to me, you going to prison, baby. Oh my God. I'll be singing like a canary. Even when I lived in the projects, if somebody told me you going to jail, I'd have told what your mama got on, what color you got on, what your outfit look like, where you live at, what's your side house. I've been telling everything. I'm not going to jail. I'm not going to jail. I got the date right, the time, the actual minutes, the seconds that you had done some nonsense. I'm not going to jail. Y'all cray. The stuff that happened in prison is not nothing to sit up there and talk about. You feel me? So they only tell y'all like the nonsense stuff. Okay? They only tell y'all the nonsense stuff. Like you see them, oh, they drinking, they having a good time in prison. They drinking, they have a good time in prison. Y'all all excited and stuff, right? Until you really get to see the nonsense that happens in that place. Ain't no way. Gotham City God is right. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. It's crazy, y'all. Ain't no way. All right. So now we're going to get into one more thing. A sister that is, she's in law. Okay. One of our sisters, she in law. She said, my professor is going to ask me about this case because we always do current events. And this is what she said. Check this out, what she said.
For y'all asking all these questions about Tory Lanez because my law professor really gonna ask us about this. I already know and I'm ready. Let's point out all of the mistakes that the police made during this investigation. And let's hope this never happens to you or you going down. Number 1, there was no DNA match on the gun. Number 2, gunpowder residue was found on 2 people's hands, not just one. And number 3, they did not do an investigation on the trajectory of where the bullet came from. They don't know if the bullet came from the passenger back or the driver back. Number 4, failure to secure the crime scene. They never released the body cam footage. That would have told us what everybody said that night. Now, here are some reasons why Tory Lanez could be innocent. Number 1, reasonable doubt. Kelsey asked for immunity before testifying that day. The girl knew she had something to hide. Number 2, Kelsey's story changed over and over and over again. Everything Kelsey said in her recorded conversation was not the same when she got on the stand. Number 3, if you're trying to say my defendant did something, show me the DNA on the gun. Show me the DNA. It was never shown. And last but not least, emotional motives. This was the night that Kelsey found out that Megan Thee Stallion slept with Tory Lanez behind her back and she didn't know. Baby, it was a love triangle gone bad, baby, and Kelsey shot that woman. Y'all better start leaving y'all friend men alone. I'm happy, y'all.
Mind you, Kelsey, you married. Mind you, you married. So you upset that your best friend slept with your side dude. Ain't that crazy? Where's the outrage from your husband? You upset that, you know, your best friend slept with your side dude and you married. Okay, alleged. I don't want to get sued. Alleged. But you shot that girl. Alleged. I'm just saying. Oh my God. Now, we're going to swing over to YouTube. Okay, we're going to swing over to YouTube. And a lot of people got some stuff to say. Okay, a lot of people got some stuff to say. Now, I saw Green Bean say that, Chris Brown got some things in there too. Okay, Chris Brown got some things to say in there too. Okay. Now, Singleton, nobody can see what you wrote, but I see what you wrote. And you right. It shows that both of them are. Yes, honey, you right about that. Okay. Black Queen, I see you, baby. How are you? Yes. Renee says she's for the streets. Yes, she is for the streets, baby. Okay. So now the Breakfast Club did a little something. Anton Daniels did a little something. Okay. But we gonna first go right over here. Well, I don't want to take up too much of y'all time. But we gonna first go to Tory was being rushed to the hospital. Okay, here we go. Tory was being rushed to the hospital. We got to go to that first. Okay, y'all know they had to airlift that brother. Oh, okay. CB is caught up in Puff case. Everybody should be caught up in Puff case. Everybody. Don't you know they said, now I know this is another topic. We not supposed to jump on another topic, but don't you know they said Kelsey husband stormed out of the courthouse. Baby, listen, I'm not judging nobody, because if any of our husbands had to sit by and listen to the dark things that we have done with other men or men before, you know what I'm saying? Men before them in another life, you know what I'm saying? They would be shaking their head too. But the stuff she was saying, the stuff she was doing, that man, oh my God, I can see why he walked out. It was nasty. Okay. It was nasty. This is why I always tell y'all sisters, tell your husband the stuff that you done. So nobody can come and tell your husband the foolery you have done in your past. Baby, I am a starch advocate for that. I hope I said that right. Baby, tell your husband the stuff you have done. So nobody can come tell this man you did X, Y, Z to them. You hear me? Baby, I believe in confession. I believe in confession. Can't nobody come say nothing to my husband about me. My husband will quick tell you, nah, I already know. I already know. I already know. So ain't no way. But the stuff Kelsey was, not Kelsey, I'm sorry. The stuff Cassie was doing, baby, that's scary. That's scary, honey. I'm just saying. Okay, so we all know everybody was involved in all that foolery with Diddy. It was a lot of people. Okay, I'm just saying the stories that they told was a lot of people. So far, the husband storms out of the courthouse. That's what they said, allegedly. He storms out of the courthouse. I couldn't sit there for that. Ain't no way I could sit there for that. I'd have asked, please I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Now they talking about he's there for moral support. I would have told her, I can't do this. I can't hear this stuff about you. Let me just read it in the news or something like that. Can you imagine? Now you know why Diddy was like, nah, let this shit go to trial. Now you understand why. Let's get back to the story at hand. So this is the beginning when Tory got that 14 shanks. Let's get into the foolery.
After allegedly being stabbed by another inmate in the prison yard in California. Sources say Tory Lanez was rushed to the hospital. He's expected to be okay. He's serving that 10-year sentence for shooting Megan Thee Stallion as they left an LA party back in July 2020. Priya Sridhar is joining us now. I mean, people know Tory Lanez. What happened here? Hey, Holly, that's right. Well, we don't have a lot of information about this just yet.
That's not me. That's the radio station or news station that's doing that Kirkland sound. That's not me. Here we go.
We do know from the spokesperson for that California Correctional Institute is that this attack occurred at around 7:20 this morning. They didn't give further information about exactly how Tory Lanez was stabbed or what the potential motivation could be or where he was stabbed. They did say that staff immediately rendered medical aid. He was transported to a local hospital and he is suffering from non-life-threatening injuries. However, several other media outlets, including the Los Angeles Times, are reporting that this was another inmate who used a shank to stab him several times. Now, just to jog your memory about what he was exactly doing in jail in the first place, as you mentioned, he is serving a 10-year sentence. He was convicted back in December of 2022 on 3 different felony charges: assault with a semi-automatic firearm, having a loaded unregistered firearm in a vehicle, and discharging a firearm with gross negligence. Now, this all stems from an incident back in July of 2020 when Megan Thee Stallion actually testified at the trial that he, after they were departing a party at Kylie Jenner's house, they were walking towards an SUV that they should have been riding back together in when he apparently shot at her feet and told her to dance in the driveway. Now, since then, the rapper has attempted to appeal for another trial. He hasn't been successful in those attempts, but actually earlier this year, Hallie, Megan Thee Stallion said that he was using surrogates to harass her from jail, and a judge actually issued a protective order for her until the year 2030. Hallie?
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about...
That's nasty. When I first heard her testimony, when he said, dance, let's see if you can dance. I immediately said, this is some foolishness. She just made this up. She made this up. Okay? She made this up. And only why she went up there and lied about this is because she couldn't have people to believe she was sleeping with Tory. She didn't want people to know she was slept with Tory. Okay? Because I guess she believed Tory was beneath her or something. So she couldn't have people to believe she slept with Tory. Okay? I kept saying this is a woman scorned. The thing that happened to her being pow was a woman scorned. Why? So you was in love, Kelsey. That mean you was in love, Kelsey Harris. That mean you was in love with the D that much that you ready to take a life over the D? You are ready to take a life over the D. Oh my goodness. I can't. Oh my
More people than ever are.
I can't. Oh my God. Okay. Now this is Tory Lanez's father. He coming up here. You know, this is an ordained minister. He's coming up there. Okay. Now y'all know I got some reservations about these pastors and these ministers and stuff. But he coming up there. We gonna have to let this brother speak. Okay. We gonna have to let this brother speak. Here we go. Okay. Here we go.
Good morning, everybody.
Hey, Daniel, how are you, honey?
Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming out and lending your cameras to the world. We appreciate you being here. My name is Sunstar Peterson, well known as the father of Tory.
I'm going to stop real quick. Renee says, who has the life insurance policy on Tory is my question. Is Tory married? Is Tory married or he just got a baby mama, long-time girlfriend? Is he married? Somebody find out for me. Because that means everybody on the whole board was crazy. Okay? Let me know. Okay? Let me know. I got to find out. I should have found out last night. But let's continue. Here we go. This is Tory Lanez's father. Here we go.
But his family affectionately knows him as Daystar Peterson. This may seem not even to matter today, but it does to me. The reason why he bears the name Daystar is because I was scheduled to speak in a conference in Washington, D.C. back in the early 2000s. Back in the late 90s. My wife and I stayed in a hotel across the river in Northern Virginia. I was up praying before that conference that I was supposed to speak at that evening. As I paced back and forth in my hotel suite praying, I began to quote the scripture from 2 Peter chapter 1, and it states, "For you will do well to take heed as unto a light shining in a dark place, until the day dawns and the day star arises in your heart." I didn't know whether it was a boy or girl in my late wife's womb. But I heard the Holy Spirit said to me, that is the name of your child. That's why he bears that name today. Now we're standing in the United States of America, land of the free and the home of the brave. I have watched from afar, being a Canadian. I have watched as presidents innumerable and other officials place their hand on the Bible and swear a sacred oath to uphold justice, to uphold truth, because that's what justice demands.
I'll be right back.
So before I go any further, based on the courtroom that I stood in 508 days or so ago and heard my son convicted, is a court in the federal reality of things that also holds the Bible higher than judges. And so I'm going to pray a very short prayer before I get started here today. I'm going to pray that in the spirit of when Jesus Christ, the Son of the living God, stood before Pontius Pilate. Pontius said, "Why do you not speak? Do you not know that I have the power to crucify you or to let you go free?" It was only one of the times that Jesus ever spoke. He said, "You would not have power over me unless God Almighty gave it to you today. And I have come to bear witness of the truth." Upon which Pontius Pilate replied, "What is truth?" That question was never answered in Pilate's judgment hall. But I answer it for you today because Jesus Christ himself told us what the truth was. Truth is not a philosophy, it's not an ideology, it's not a doctrine, and it certainly is not a religion. Truth is a person. His name is Jesus Christ, who said, I am the way, the truth that leads you to life. Father, upon the basis of your word today that this nation was founded upon, I ask that every ear that needs to be opened, including the ear of the governor of the state of California, Gavin Newsom, I'm even asking today that in the midst of Mr. Trump's busy schedule as president of the United States, that this would come into his hearing. And so, Father, I ask you today, by your Spirit, because you're the only reason why my son is yet alive, have your way, and let this be glorifying your name. I thank you for it in Jesus' name. So my name is Sunstar Carlisle Peterson. I come to you today in the capacity of an apostle of Jesus Christ. A word from the first century in our times, it would simply mean ambassador of Christ. So when I stand before you, I don't stand here to speak my own words. I represent a kingdom, and I am under authority to speak only what God allows. First and foremost, I really do want to thank you again, the press corps, and all of you who have vlogs and channels on YouTube or wherever you stream.
That was a beautiful prayer his father prayed, right? Oh my God. Let's continue.
Thank you so much for being here. I would like to thank, in fact, all of those who identify with the name Umbrella as one umbrella. It was actually launched so that my family would not just be the ones benefiting from whatever fame or fortune, but so that all people, anywhere that need a shelter could come under that umbrella. That's the reason why it was launched by Daystar's brother initially, who is known as Wolfgang Peterson. So I thank all of you who have always been an encouragement to us, who have stood with us. Those of you standing here today with free Tory t-shirts. Jano, can I have that t-shirt right there, please? Those of you who are wearing these and remembering this person, because I want you to understand that from the beginning of this, I stood as far back as 2021.
He did.
And I watched where a spin doctor for the NBA, now high-powered attorney out of New York, Alex Spiro, ran a campaign to turn my son into a monster in the eyes of the world. At that point in time, God said to us, there is a time to be silent and there's a time to speak. We chose to be silent. And now we've been silent for way too long. The hour demands that we speak. One of the reasons why I stood silent is because I trusted in God, but I also did not want any blowback to affect my son, who was sitting in the belly of the beast. That's why I chose not to speak at that time. I am his father, and that is the second capacity in which I stand before you today as the spokesperson and mouthpiece for my family. Tory has 7 brothers and sisters. He has 5 brothers. He makes up the 5, I'm sorry, and there are 3 sisters. So today I would like to share a few things with you as well. I want to dispel a few rumors because I've been asked to by my son, Daystar, aka Tory Lanez.
Okay.
Number 1, Daystar does not have a drinking problem. He does not have a drinking problem, and that was not the reason why this situation happened. He was not out on the yard, as it was about 6:30 in the morning, and cells were just opened for them to be able to go out to breakfast. On the Thursday prior to this incident, I was called by him. and I was told of the impending threat. And my family and I huddled and did what we always do. We prayed. We get together every single day and we pray.
I want to share this with y'all. This is the problem when it comes to Christianity. Y'all pray after the fact. This be our problem. Okay? We pray that everything stop in certain situations. We pray, we pray, we pray, we pray, everything. We pray. But Yahweh said, you have to make one step so I can make two. We always forget that part. Ain't nobody tell you to be at the party with these two women that you were screwing in the first place. Ain't nobody tell you to do that. Why was you at the party with these two women? You drove to the party with these two women you know you were screwing. Okay? The other one is married. The other one and her, they're friends. Who would, you know what I'm saying? Like, you put yourself in that situation by screwing two friends. So at times we have to, not at times, all the time, we have to use common sense too. We got to use common sense too. You slept with two friends. How did you think this was supposed to play out? I'm just saying, we want to be real. How did you think this was supposed to play out though? I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? And we want to get in here and tell the truth. How did you think this was supposed to play out, baby? Anyway, let's let the daddy continue. Here we go.
Sometimes it is twice per day. Wherever we are in the world, at a certain time, we're on our phones and we are praying. We pray for him. We pray for you. Because our mandate is not about violence. We're not here for vendetta.
Okay.
We're not here for any of those things. My son, as I stood with him in the hospital room on the first day, my wife being present, said, Dad, I'm not holding any animosity against this guy. I don't want to take any action against him. Whatever the system does, the system does. But that is his stance, and that is our stance. Might I go a little bit further? Because this will not be the first time I've said this publicly.
There's nothing they really can do. The guy already got life. No matter what they give him, he already have life. Now, what they do need to do is put that bulldog in some type of kennel, okay? Because this not the first time that he done hurt somebody like this. He did 6 months ago. They need to put him in a kennel. Like, you know, you only locked down here. You got to stay bound and chained down here. Because if you can't coexist, you know, when they let y'all out, then you got to, you know, if you get let out into the population and you doing nonsense like that, then yeah, they need to lock y'all down. They need to lock you down. Okay? Now, I want to stress this real quick because Gotham City God said this about to be a race war between the blacks and the Mexicans in the prison. Now, yes, it probably will be, and the officers need to get ready for that. They need to get ready for that, or keep them locked down. Okay, the best bet, I would keep them locked down. Y'all, nobody gets to go out to the public. The public, you know what I'm saying? Nobody gets to go out to the public. How you say that? Am I saying it wrong? The general public. Nobody gets to go out like that. Everybody stay locked down. Because this going to turn into a whole nightmare. They're going to need a SWAT team to go up in that prison and everything. Because those brothers going to be mad. And those Mexicans going to be mad. Okay? Mind you, they the one who started the foolery. Let's continue with this nonsense.
The stallion, no ought at all. In fact, we have prayed for her on many.
Thank you, Stephen. Population. Thank you so much. General population. Thank you, Stephen.
In our times of prayer. So this monster that Alex Spiro tried to create.
Alex Spiro.
And when I stood in the courtroom on that day, and heard a corrupt prosecutor,
he said corrupt,
dismiss the fact that so many people, it was overwhelming the amount of people that sent letters to their office and were called to testify before the courts as they were considering sentence, which had already been decided. And the judge blatantly showed on that day that it really didn't matter what anybody said. It was supposed to be a forum in which it would be decided based on all the extenuating circumstances, etc. But it had already been decided behind closed doors. It's so funny that there is indeed a woman who has made it her life's mission to be the whip in the press or on the blogs. I'm not even going to call her name right now, but those who know. Everything that has to do with Tory Lanez, I believe that she is in some way compensated to spread these narratives. And so before the sentence was read in court, she already knew. That's really interesting to me. She already knew because she had discussed it with others, not knowing that it would come back to us. God is my witness. So moving right along, Daystar did not suffer superficial wounds. He was stabbed 14 times, 5 times in his back, 1 under his left cheekbone. In fact, his jaw was open.
Oh.
He was stabbed twice in the back of his head.
Oh, God.
And the rest in his torso, arms, and in his chest. It may seem sensational, but thankfully, like Dr. King, it was close to his heart, but did not penetrate. After that, he was being...
When some of y'all say that there is no God, when some of y'all say that there is no God, I don't believe you. When some of y'all get in here and say that there is no God, I don't believe you. When stuff like this happen, when you're like near death and Yahweh say nope, you understand? Like you're near death and Yahweh say nope. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't believe y'all when y'all be like, there's no God. I don't believe people who get in here and say that, because this, when you are at heaven's door, you about to one second about to hit heaven's door, and Yahweh come there and say, nope, go back. You know what I'm saying? Nope, go back. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay. We gonna let Tory Father rest. We gonna come out of that, okay? Shout out to Tory Father for always speaking up for his son. I love that, okay? I love that. And it's sad, it's heartbreaking when you hear this foolery. It breaks my heart because the Black community was behind and always behind, not even, I can't say the Black community, we're going to say the fake sisterhood is always behind nonsense. Always behind nonsense. The story did not add up, what Megan was telling everybody. But she started crying and everybody like, oh, she's telling the truth. That's why I tell y'all, you got to watch women who get in there and cry. I'm telling you right now. Just tell her, go wash your face and come back. We going to still talk about it. Because that crying, it just plugs at people's heartstrings to make you believe this woman. And she up there telling a whole cock and bull story. She knew that it was not Tory. She knew that Harris is the one who did it, but yet she was like, no, I don't want nobody to know I was sleeping with him. That's why she didn't tell Gail that she was sleeping with him. That's why when Gail invited her for that interview, she didn't tell Gail. But on Netflix, she went and told the truth. They had a whole documentary for her. And then she gonna say, yeah, I did it, but I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell Gail that I was messing with him. You made the world believe that this man just outright started pow you. Okay? Just because he wanted to pow you. And it was all because he slept with both of y'all. He slept with both of y'all and she got jealous, and you got a husband. How you jealous? Why are you spreading your legs for another man? And if Tory is married, he wrong too. Why you out there jumping and into everybody pulpit? Okay, not pulpit. Let me get it right. Now, should I say no? I ain't gonna say pulpit. Everybody but JJ. You jumping in everybody but JJ. Come on now. This nonsense costs you your livelihood. Do you know how many men go to prison for some but JJ? Do you know how many men are sent 6 feet under because of some but JJ? But here you go, Megan crying and everything. Everybody believed it. Nobody believed the evidence. That's why once a woman say something, everybody run to her defense. Just like Cassie. Once a woman say something, everybody run to her defense. Don't get me wrong. That smackdown that Diddy gave her, that mess was horrible to see. It made me want to cry. But when y'all sign up for foolery like this, when you sign up for foolery like this, because that mean green look nice to y'all, I just turn my face. Like I don't care if you crying, because y'all sign up for this nonsense. Now, I would like to see Megan go to jail, and I would love to see Kelsey Harris go to jail too. But the thing is that she done already did a plea deal with these people. She done already marked out what she was, you know what I'm saying? She already just walked herself into something. So they can't do nothing to her. But I tell you right now, Megan ass need to go to jail. Okay, that's the next petition that they need to have out. She need to go to jail. That ass need to go to jail. They need to bring up charges on her, because anytime when these women get out here and lie on these men, you never hear any repercussions. All you hear is that I'm sorry, and we supposed to just run with that. We supposed to just run with that. If you like the content, please like and subscribe to the page. Donate to the page if you like the content as well. I greatly appreciate y'all for coming in here and rocking with me today. Oh my God. It's crazy, y'all. We gonna get out of YouTube. It's crazy. It is straight up crazy. Renee said most likely probation for Harris. Man. It's so sad. It ain't even funny. It's so sad. It's crazy. It's so crazy, y'all. That's terrible. And we fine with that. We fine with that. Now we gonna jump to Diddy real quick, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. Shout out to Dennis Sperling. He cut this on his page yesterday, okay? And I want y'all to hear how this brother do a breakdown. He put somebody else, another content creator, up. And he's going to talk about how Kelsey husband and the way he felt, okay? And that whole court ordeal. Okay, here we go.
Husband storms out the courtroom after hearing her testimony. He's a brave motherfucker for even going in the first place. I know you're supposed to support your wife, but nah. She got to handle this one on her own. Yesterday, he had to hear that she got her mouth peed in by an escort. Today, he had to hear that Diddy had another escort nut all over her, and she took the nut and rubbed it on Diddy nipples. What in the freaky ass fuck is going on? I would have just stayed at the courthouse to file for divorce. Ain't no fucking way I'm staying with Cassie. Imagine marrying the love of your life just to find out she was a slut, a freaky ass girl, another man's sex slave, multiple men's sex slave. Her and Diddy was on Backpage with it. That is crazy. Imagine that you finna go buy some random pussy and you pull up and it's Cassie.
Oh my
with
God.
Diddy trying to watch. I hope this man got a therapist because he gonna need 3 of them. Talking about he stormed out the courtroom shit. I might have passed out on that bitch if I heard all this about my wife. Get well soon, y'all.
He said I would have passed out if I would have heard this mess about my wife. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. Can you imagine? You ain't lying one bit. That thing is not what it is, baby. Oh my God. Okay? Oh my God. Now Diddy knew what he was doing when he said, no, let's take this to trial. Let's take this to trial. The woman that you kissing, you'll kiss her in the mouth every day. You know what I'm saying? Every day. The woman that you kiss in the mouth every day. Mwah. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? She kissed your kids with that mouth. You know what I'm saying? She kissed your kids with that mouth. Now it's different if she doing the daddy like that. That is she only doing the daddy like that. Okay, that's you. She only doing you like that. She kissing your kids on the cheek. That, you know, it's blood is blood, whatever. Okay, but this woman was out here messing with people on Craigslist. Okay, her and Diddy was picking up people from Craigslist. I ain't even know Craig had. I didn't even know Craigslist had people out here. I know Craigslist have cars and stuff and all like buying clothes and stuff. I ain't even know you could buy hoes. I ain't even know you could buy hoes on Craigslist. I ain't even know. Okay. I ain't know Craigslist I ain't even know. I ain't even know. Miss Straight Up No Chaser, do you believe that her husband is hearing this for the first time? I don't know. Now, I know he knew that, you know, Diddy had her passing her around everywhere. I know he knew that. But to go into detail about what she was doing. See, every man can't. No, listen, I'm going to share something with you. Okay. Any man who didn't marry, okay, a virgin, you know she was out there screwing around, okay? But you don't know the details of her screwing around. Okay, but you know she was out there screwing around. But when you got to be sitting in a courthouse and listen to the details of your wife giving head, okay, giving head, and somebody, you know, urinating in her mouth and all this other stuff going on, that's a different kind of beast. Miss Straight Up No Chaser, baby, that's a different kind of beast. Okay? I'm just saying. Now, Renee said he is waiting for her bag as the husband. She better ask Mary J. Wait a minute. Miss Straight Up No Chaser said, and she's carrying the baby right now. Now, I'm going to share something with you. I don't know if this man work. I don't know who's working, who's taking care of who, okay? But whatever's going on right now, okay, you can see this man divorcing her in the future. And whatever she got, especially if he don't make that much, she gonna cut off a piece of that money. She gonna cut some of that money. See, it's different when your husband don't know that you did all these things. Like he know you had slept with certain people, you know, this and that. But he doesn't actually know the details of what you done with other men. You know what I'm saying? But you can imagine this man sitting here listening to them tell him that his wife mouth was open and somebody urinated in her mouth. That's a different kind of beast. For a man to sit there and be able to listen, and she pregnant. Can you imagine if she check this out, if she making love to her husband, or she say she don't want to make love to her husband that day, okay? And the husband say just like this to her, but you was screwing Diddy for 36 hours to 4 days, okay? You was screwing Diddy and whoever else, and now you can't, you know what I'm saying? It's a different kind of beast. It's a different kind of beast. I'm sorry, y'all. This is nasty, okay? But this is where we are. Believe all women. This is where we are. This is where we are. Women can't do no wrong. This is where we are. And then all this foolery come out. All this foolery come out. Don't get me wrong. What happened to her in that hotel was crazy, okay? What happened to her in that hotel was crazy. You can never get me to sign up for that was right, okay? But all the while this man was doing all this stuff to her, why do you stay? She said Diddy was pulling the strings for everything, but baby, when he said to you, you don't want to do these threesomes or these things no more, you said, instead of you saying, I don't want to do it no more, you said, oh, you want to F. You want to get down and do something because you said you was scared to lose him. Or was you scared to lose that money? Was you scared to lose that money? You said, oh, you was making money from hosting events and stuff like that. What events? What events that you were getting paid that you was making nasty money? The money compared to what Diddy was giving you. What events were you hosting? Because let's be real, she's not that talented. I'm just saying she's not that talented. I know it's nasty. We're going to say it alleged, because I ain't got no money. I ain't got no money. I don't want nobody to come sue me. Okay, Renee said, can no man really swallow that? She said, I can be wrong. No, ain't no man can swallow that. Ain't no man, I don't care what color he is. Ain't no man can swallow that. Sit there and listen to all the foolery his wife has done. I know good and hell well. Ain't no man can sit there and listen to that foolery. Guys, I'm going to let y'all go. I had a wonderful time with y'all today. I enjoyed myself. Thank you to everybody who came and rocked with me. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for everybody who subscribed, okay? If you want to donate to the channel, you can donate through Cash App, through Venmo, through Super Chat, okay? Which Super Chat is available right now. If you want to shop with us, our family business is called ubmracksfashion.com, okay? Also, Mercari, Mercari, POSHMARK, and eBay is available, also in the bio. Okay? Okay, I'm just let you know. Okay? Also, if you want to shop merch, okay, check my YouTube page. Scroll to the top of the page, you will see shop or store. If you're interested, go in there. Hoodies, shirts, mugs, water bottles, baby clothes. They got some nice stuff with a cartoon figure of me. In the back, it says, take heed to the message. Okay. If you want to rock out like that. Okay. Now, I want to share something with y'all. Everybody have a wonderful day. Y'all be safe in these streets. Okay. Don't let that weather keep you down. You hear me? Jersey is still raining over here. It's still raining over here in Jersey. They doing too much, okay? Renee said this was fun, Queen. Honey, I tried, okay? I tried. Thank you to everybody who came to rock with me. And we gonna go out with something a little funny. Okay? I ain't gonna play no music. We gonna go out with something a little funny. Y'all, I see y'all, God willing, tomorrow, okay? Here we go right here.
Girl asked me if I play Mortal Kombat. And I said, I love it, of course. My favorite Liu Kang.
She said, you need to get over here so I can finish you. Now, I was a little skeptical, but I thought she was talking smack. I'm undefeated with Luke Kane, so she could bring it. I'm down to give equal lefts and rights, you know. And she said she had snacks, so the chubby within me got a little excited. Y'all, when I got there, she was down there, butter by her neck. You talking about some, get over here. No, you stay over there, you Jezebel. They trying to trap me. This girl asked me if I play more.